It's your boy Reed. Back in the kitchen here, man. I'm gonna show you how we do it. I can't really show everything that I do. And the reason why is because this kitchen is just such a mess. But here's how I got to get down with it. I mean, you can see it's really not hitting on all that much. I got the taters right there, they're already done. Cut it all the way down. This right here, cast iron pan. You can see it might looks kind of funny. That's because I put corn oil in there. A lot of times I use vegetable oil. I don't really like to use canola oil, but I'm quick to use vegetable oil. But you can see there's something that needs to be skimmed off at the top of this. But that's the reason why that is because I put bacon grease in there to stretch this grease out. I saved my bacon grease. And a lot of people really like to just cook with that. Cook trout with that. So, let me see here. I can't turn you around. I really can't turn you all the way around. And I need to find my tongs. They usually is not missing. As dirty as it is, you would think that my tools would be missing, but I usually have these, and they were there. They were just dug in a little deep. Other than that, I can show you. You got fish right here. I've been soaking it for 30, probably 45 minutes in milk. I don't know what that does to it, but it, you know, it does a little something. You come over here, I got my breader, House of Autry seafood breader. I also used Atkinson's. I mixed it. Traditionally, I'm House of Autry, but I've switched up to Atkinson lately, and it's good. I mean, but I like, you know, I just mixed it this time. And here's the hush puppies. They're fixing to go in right now. Into this bacon grease. And you might hear a little music in the background because it kind of helps me through. With the 70s R&B soul music on YouTube there. That's Minnie Riperton. If you didn't know, I don't own the rights to that music, of course. I'm just playing on my phone in the background while I'm trying to cook some fish up. A lot of times I'll have a beach music. I used to use on my phone, iPhone used to have that Apple Music, and you used to be able to get a beach or anything you wanted really on there. But they've done a kind of way with that. And I've done beach music. I usually do beach music because that's what my dad listened to, and he's the one that kind of taught me how to do this, all of this stuff right here. It kind of puts me back into the time when we were, you know. But they play the same old thing all the time, so I had to kind of, and I can't find one I just happened to find this, and it works good for me. It works real good because it's like an hour and a half long or something. So it's more than, you know, it'll last longer than I'm gonna be able to be cooking. You can see how I put the puppies in there. These puppies look like they came out perfect. Normally I use House of Autry puppies, but this time I used when I started using the Atkinson's seafood breader, I started using Sweet Betsy. That's another thing. My dad and my church, they when they would have a barbecue dinner, that's the kind that the guy up there like to use. So started using Sweet Betsy, and again with I did the same thing too. I cut up some Vidalia onions. I use red or Vidalia onions, but this time I had Vidalia, and I mixed the Sweet Betsy with the House Autry, the House Autry Hush Puppy mix that's got onion in it, but I put my own onion in there as well. And I take stuff. I'm pretty simple dude, man. I take stuff like cereal box or whatever. I put it on here to keep the grease from popping all over the place, and that's what I drain my puppies and fish on. I mean, you know, I started saying I'm old school. I am old school, but that's not old. That's not really an old school move. I don't know, but it's just something I came up with. Keep me from having to wipe down the counter so bad. I think somebody's texting me. I'm messing up my music over there. Well, I'll come back here in a minute. I'm gonna start pulling these hush puppies up. I'm about to check my phone and see who that is texting. And I'll pop this back on when I start cooking the fish. You can see how I'm doing the puppies. You can see how they came out. Got to have that music in the background, man. It keeps me going. It's a tradition now with this. I started cooking here, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. My mom, my aunt used to come over. My dad never made it, I don't think, for fish. I don't think my dad, but my dad had many fish meals that I cook, but not here. Where I live now, we did it at a different place several times. But anyway, like I said, I'll get back to you here in just a minute. I'm gonna stop this.